This may be a bit of an awkward um, comeback, because it really has been a long time, and I really haven't been paying as much attention as I should be to these last few updates.
You'll be fine. All you have to say is Yowler OP, cold-blooded really working out, and that's pretty much working. Rishi actually has a comeback, maybe a turbo team, I am not sure, because he has a Tataru grandpa to wine as well. It does look like that flavor. What do you think?
Turbo has made a comeback. It definitely could be like a half turbo core. 𝗶𝗶, I've heard a lot of good things about 𝗶𝗶, but I've never actually seen it in action, so I'm a little bit excited. Although the lead from Reiner, that's a bit rough for pretty much anyone who wants to go turbo bully zoom on grandpa. You just don't get your gear, don't get your traits on the 𝗬𝗺.
I'm starting to feel like 𝗬𝗺 has been starting to see a lot of traction again, because there's a lot of things that are, like relying on traits, and 𝗬𝗺 is doing a great job at stopping them.
Yeah, I think I blame Connor for 𝗬𝗺 being everywhere at the moment. He had a really successful run with it on ladder, and then a lot of people started using it because it's just too bulky and has so much value every single match, even against a toxic team, which doesn't really exist anymore. It's still going to have a lot of value. 𝗶𝗶 and 𝗧𝗲𝗺 picked up third for Rishi and Reiner. I want to see the Acronox. I know it's not going to be incredible, but I just want to see the Soil Steam. I've never seen Soil Steam come out of an Acronox before. I've only seen Stone Balls come out of Gyarados.
I mean, you might underestimate, but Acronox is really, really good in the current patch. It's been doing a lot of work in almost a lot of teams. Across the last 2 Legacy Cups I've seen, Acronox has seen a drastical increase in the play rate as well, so you definitely can assume it will be picked up, and it probably is gonna show up some play as well, for sure.
I see why Reiner's considering it, but 𝗬𝗏 is the better pick. You got the high Hydrologist special attack moves for the 2-line and its low special defense. It's still going to do quite a bit of damage to a 𝗂𝗀𝗄𝗃, as well as outspeeding any hits rather than taking a big Oshidashi on Acronox and hoping you survive, as well as just, kind of the same against the Tataru.
Let me take a look. So if you look at the swaps, do you believe that, technically Grandpa has to swap and 2-line is most likely to be coming in to take that Thunder Strike, but still it will be taking neutral damage. None of the Tems on Rishi's backline likes a Thunder Strike on that slot. It's all neutral damage. Neutral or weak.
Ooh. Everybody stays in for Rishi. A big Thunder Strike. Grandpa down to 1/3 of its health already. 𝗬𝗏 swapping in, taking a stare instead of the 𝗬𝗺, sacrificing its own fishy life, and the extra energy slam. It's one of those. The Tataru bringing 𝗬𝗏 deep into the red. 15% remaining, just like that. He does get his Aquatic Whirlwind available, so he can either hit the Grandpa spot, swap out, and keep it for later. But considering 𝗬𝗏 was kind of the last choice, not really going to do as much, it might just be worth burning that Aquatic Whirlwind right now and calling it a day.
Get the value that you can while you can. But damn, that Tataru did a good chunk of damage there. -2 defense is also there, of course.
That cost a lot of stamina, though. I'm almost surprised it did that much damage and still cost that much stamina. I think Tataru with max stam investment is over 200, so that definitely wouldn't have brought it down that far if it was max. Oh, but Aquatic Whirlwind, it was too obvious into Grandpa, and so Rishi reads, swapping in his 𝗏𝗏. Just a clean HKS. Oh, it's not even a trade. 𝗏𝗏 doesn't go for the Thunder Strike, he Bright Beams, and Grandpa's allowed to survive another turn.
That is kind of huge that Grandpa gets to live another turn. Well, Rishi has the swap options up again, but again the problem is 𝗵𝗶𝗴 Thunderstrike is something that Rishi cannot directly counter, but stamina is a problem on 𝗵𝗶𝗴. Now it can decide to OX if it wants to and can still be fine with it, but does he want to, or would he rather just go for a safe play and maybe swap out right now? 𝗧𝗵𝗺 is pretty comfortable here unless Grandpa wants to go full aggro on it right now and try to kill it.
I think it needs to be an attack, because with this swap out turning into 𝗬𝗺, 𝗧𝗵𝗺 really wants to heat up this turn, and you cannot heat up in front of a Grandpa. Yeah, so the playing on the Grandpa, take down the bird, and if 𝗧𝗵𝗺 heats up, then this is a fantastic play from Reiner. He absolutely will outspeed if he swaps into the water, but no, he waste waters, expecting that 𝗂𝗶𝗴 to stay. It isn't so. 𝗬𝗺 takes the hit like a champion, and he doesn't even really mind. 77.9%. He's still very healthy. He can still potentially eat a lava wave at this HP.
𝗬𝗺 is back in the field. Do you expect maybe a humiliating slap into extra energy slam again?
Maybe. I think just going for a straight feather gatling and extra energy slam onto the 𝗧𝗵𝗺 might be a little bit more damage.
It probably would be enough for a kill, to be honest, with that, but Tyrannak comes in instead. I was maybe thinking a 𝗃𝗏𝗻 comes in and lava wave synergy would be the way to go.
Nox Bomb. Either this was read really well. I think it had to have been read really well, because
yeah, probably.
Yeah, of course, every other swap, Nox Bomb is dealing a little bit more than CPG would. And a nice turbo too, +3 speed, so 𝗬𝗺's able to outspeed the next lava wave, unless it is a really speedy 𝗧𝗵𝗺 and we see a 𝗃𝗏𝗻 next turn. No swaps though, feather gatling straight onto the 𝗧𝗵𝗺, 31%, and a major slash from this +3 𝗬𝗺 definitely finishes off big boy Toxic Rat. Resistance patch too, so that is a big extra energy slam. I didn't notice earlier.
Well, the thing is, getting +3 speed on these two times is basically now securing him to go first and do as much damage as he wants to chunk out. And if he can get a kill before anything moves, then that's just added benefit on top of it, right?
Okay, with Intimidator here, there's no plethora.
Yeah.
So +3 speed 𝗬𝗺 might just go first. Probably goes first. And this is going to be another big Nox Bomb. This could potentially be the death of Tyrannak if 𝗬𝗺 can hit hard enough. But I think low stamina and just burning major slash, 𝗬𝗺 doesn't have a big enough hit this turn. It would have to be next turn. Petition to add ninja jutsu on 𝗬𝗺. I support this. The Nox Moon held anger. Oh, I was so wrong. Held anger onto that poor 𝗃𝗏𝗻, and it dies already. Doesn't accomplish a single thing. No fight to be fought. 𝗂𝗀𝗎 now not really anything to do. He's succeeded.
The 𝗬𝗺 is putting some real work in here. He is definitely packing a punch in this match. Almost, I think, participated in all of the kills, right?
And he's going to need to participate in at least one more, because this 𝗵𝗶𝗴 is not going to be easy to take down now that 𝗬𝗺's gone. A major slash plus uppercut into 𝗬𝗚 would be enough to kill, but then you've got to consider speed tiers around the Bright Beam. Because the +3 𝗬𝗺 is likely going before the Bright Beam. Well, maybe not. 𝗬𝗺 is a fairly slow 10.
Wait, I think he used Bright Beam and then backed out, right? Oh wait, he has it off cooldown. Okay.
Burning it this turn might be a mistake, though. I think it needed to come next turn.
Another turbo comes in. Interesting.
+5 𝗬𝗺 is definitely outspeeding another future Bright Beam, but a Flaming Meteorite means it's probably not gonna matter. 37.1 down to 0. 𝗂𝗀𝗎, you've got a lot of work to do, my friend.
Relaxed is not proccing because of the Intimidator. Sometimes Tyrannac can be a blessing and sometimes it's not. It's literally against you sometimes.
I think the real difference maker is, are you winning or are you losing? If you're winning, Tyrannoc's trait is fantastic. If you're losing, Tyrannoc's trait will impact you in ways that you don't want. Although, I guess it's done now because Diffuser just triggered. I wasn't counting the turns.
I think it's 4 turns gone, maybe. And there is still a 5th turn.
We saw a Diffuser trigger on 𝗵𝗶𝗴 when it got hit by the uppercut. So traits appear to be back in play. 𝗂𝗀𝗆 surviving the first hit, 𝗵𝗶𝗴 with a big OX, and that Oshidashi does kill the deer. But now you've got a Tyrannoc to deal with. Now, the 𝗬𝗶𝗴 definitely could have Aqua Stone, and that's going to do a little bit of damage, but I think this is going to be a lot of Revitalize on 𝗂𝗀𝗆 and Prey. No, 𝗂𝗀𝗆 doesn't even survive the Meteor Storm.
I think it comes down to... No, I think he can just finish,
Ice
to be
Cube!
honest. Oof. I was gonna say that Flaming Meteorite might be a deciding thing here of how much damage it can do, but looks like 𝗬𝗶𝗴 has a lot of water moves here ready to go. Aqua Stone, Ice Cube spam, and that will be a GG for round number 1. Rishi will be taking it away. Tataru putting so much work.
Not that I would expect stall from these players.
Told you this. Nowadays there's very less stall around. People are playing mid-range-ish and they barely go to turn 30.
It's fantastic. I know you were around for a very long time, but back during the salad stall days of Kisuwa, that was some rough tournaments. you know, some
right?
days.
Triple nature against 5 fires and nature still wins at the end.
When people would use Settling Cernif, come out on turn 1, stay on the board until turn 30, and still have max HP stamina.
Never forget the good old days.
The first Texas Roadhouse Rumble lasted, what, 14 hours?
Dude, I mean, I might salute you guys for actually casting for that long. And I don't even know, like, how do you guys talk in that, like, Revitalize now, sap next, Revitalize next. It's the same thing. You can say it on turn 3 and it's gonna be the same at turn 30 if it is happening, right? For a stall team.
I used to just say the next like 2 to 3 turns like in advance and then talk about something completely different.
Let the match play out in the back.
Yeah, let the match play out and just have an interesting conversation to keep people around. Still Temtem related, of course. Maybe even about the players and things that they've done before and things you expect to see.
That's fair. Well, we have match number 2, and let's see how much they adapt to what they have gained information about already. Turn 1, we already know it can be a stare into the extra energy slam as we saw last match. Is it the same opener?
It's the same opener, yeah. I didn't see the second ban on Reiner's team to see both the 𝗂𝗏 and Acronox pulling through. I don't know what he left behind. We were distracting ourselves. I'm interested though, now that a 𝗬𝗏𝗆 is in play for Rishi, if that Acronox is really just gonna be the hero.
It could definitely be.
This time a Plague on a Tataru to start things off, but that means Grandpa goes unpunished. A free stare. We've already seen how this goes. Now, exhausting is really good. That means extra energy slam 2.0 is not going to work next time, but that is still so much damage.
Yeah, he's already down to 18.7%. It is pretty rough.
almost a bit unfortunate. I wonder if Rishi should have targeted the opposing slot simply because of 𝗬𝗧𝗇. Rishi now has a perfect counter for that 𝗵𝗶𝗶. I know 𝗬𝗏 was here in the past, but 𝗬𝗏 still had a lot of other work to do with the toxics in play. But 𝗬𝗧𝗇 is kind of the perfect fighter for an 𝗵𝗶𝗶. The Plague's not going to do very much, and mirroring is going to fight back. And then every single turn, it's Crystal Bite Sharp Stabs. You're going to be doing a lot of damage on the 𝗵𝗶𝗶.
Let me see, there is a swap coming in. Tyrannac will be making its way in.
Ooh, right as Grandpa turns into 𝗬𝗧𝗇. 𝗬𝗧𝗇 does not want to stay now that there is fire in play. Aquatic Whirlwind onto the Tataru and a Turbo Choreography +2 speed 𝗬𝗧𝗇. We are zooming. Although we're used to +2 attack 𝗬𝗬𝗧𝗇, not +2 speed 𝗬𝗬𝗧𝗇. This might be a little bit different. I should probably preface too, when I say we, I'm talking about the old men who've been around for 2 years, because that you know he is gone.
It was it's the same as a good memory lane down the 𝗧𝗏, as you said. Comes in, sits down, same way 𝗬𝗬𝗧𝗇 used to, well, not sit down but make people just go out quick with the heat up 𝗬𝗬𝗧 meta.
I still would support a return of Heat Up 𝗬𝗬𝗧 purely because of a memory of Ricky Tan. He turn 1 he heat up and got a protector buff. Turn 2 he swapped in a Mashuk and crystal bit something for a kill, and then turn 3 he P-jabbed and Hidouchi'd another thing for a kill, and it was just the most demonizing 𝗬𝗬𝗧 I'd ever seen.
It's like the smoothest transition of damage through, killing everything one by one. Okay, coming in here on the 𝗬𝗏, down to 49.5%. 𝗧𝗏𝗇 will be coming in.
I'm a bit surprised 𝗬𝗬𝗧 stayed. 𝗧𝗏𝗇 brings it down to 71%, and now a Meteor Swarm probably kills it. 𝗬𝗀𝗽 is going to eat it just fine, but poor 𝗬𝗬𝗧𝗇. Crystal Queen. Meteor Swarm from 71 not all the way. 23. This is a really bulky 𝗬𝗬𝗧.
It is living that fine, I guess. It will be backing out most likely. He needs the sharp stabs later for 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗺, but 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗺 can still go first with the Plague, but I think he's barely out of the Plague range, like barely.
He would be in Aquatic Whirlwind range.
Yeah, of course, in Aquatic, yeah, he is in that range, but he probably does swap out right now for Grandpa or something, but Grandpa has less special defense as well, so it is gonna hurt hard as well. So regardless, he is gonna take damage.
Yeah, sacrificing the 𝗬𝗬𝗧 is probably the best way to go. You burn the prio of 𝗬𝗏, you don't take damage on another time that you're going to need later. And it's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. And a Shreen's Horn Nox Bomb. We've got that physical, toxic water 𝗬𝗀𝗽 back. But eating an Overgrowth, that's going to be big damage. Tyrannoc does not mess around. 70 down to 15.
That is how you really hit, I guess.
Grandpa coming back in. Yeah, Grandpa did stay turn 1, right? So he should have Turbo Choreography available.
Yep, it does.
I don't know if that's worth it, though. You get yourself +3 speed. 𝗬𝗀𝗽 is going to be dead soon. This is looking really good for Reiner.
Turbo is coming in, as you were saying. It will be going on the... last rush is gone to Kai's. Shreen's Horn will be brought.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the turbo means at least 𝗬𝗀𝗽 does survive long enough to hit one more time. But Grandpa now being the target down below half, that speed's not going to matter nearly as much. We could see that stronger HKS, but I don't know. +3 still isn't going to be enough for like big damage to kill either of these Tems. Maybe 𝗂𝗏𝗆's pretty squishy if it has a lot of speed, and that might kill, but that's asking quite a lot, and that would be sacrificing both of your birds with 2 toxic Tems in the back.
Yeah, I think Reiner is in a much more stable position in this match than the last one.
Choosing to protect the 𝗂𝗏𝗽 instead of the Grandpa. Hypnosis. Putting that poor 𝗂𝗏𝗃 to sleep, expecting 𝗬𝗏 not to overexert for the hit. And 𝗂𝗀𝗽 swapping in for free is definitely nice. That means 𝗂𝗏𝗃 can be dispatched for free this turn if it stays in. If not, Oshidashi available. Come and fight, Spider-Man. Last rush, proccing on turbo. OP. Let's go. 𝗂𝗏𝗃 does swap into Spider-Man. If this is a hasty lunge with no synergy, that is so unfortunate for 𝗂𝗀𝗽. But it's HKS onto the 𝗬𝗏𝗃. It is enough to kill. Grandpa protected for at least one more turn. And charged iron filings from 𝗂𝗀𝗽. He protects the Acronox. It's on the board. It doesn't want to see, but it's safe. It can't go down this turn.
Now the thing is, Acronox is kind of neutralized. It is safe from the Grandpa, but on the other hand, 𝗂𝗀𝗽 is not. So 𝗂𝗀𝗽 will be taking that Salt Steam as you wanted to see it for a while now. In the next turn, unless Rishi decides to swap it out.
And unfortunately, he doesn't have a fantastic swap for this. He could bring 𝗂𝗏𝗽 back in. It is going to hard resist, but at only 15.9%, that could kill or get it so close that it just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, 𝗂𝗏𝗽 is not happy to be here. Maybe that is the best play, is sacrifice the bird, try to do enough damage to 𝗂𝗏𝗃 that you're guaranteed a good fight next turn.
It is still... The question is, does either one of them go for a double in? The thing is, he has the speed on his favor on the other side. Like, Grandpa has +3 speed. He can get an attack off, but he has to overexert if it's a strong attack, and I don't think he's running Wind Burst. Did we see a Wind Burst yet? Oh, he Hypnosis. Okay.
Hypnosis into Oshidashi. That's a bit scary. Aquatic Whirlwind onto Grandpa. It does kill. Hydrologist just too strong. The Fish of Old is back in hasty lunge with no synergy. It means 𝗂𝗀𝗽 is over. No, it's adrenaline shot. He's not overexerted. He can still kill Spider-Man this turn.
Yeah, adrenaline shot is like a choice of item for 𝗂𝗀𝗽 and Minotaur at the moment, so people are split between those two. They either put it on 𝗂𝗀𝗽 or Minotaur.
𝗧𝗲𝗺 comes back in to fight its nemesis, Tataru. Tataru being so low, but max stamina and +2. We know where this is going.
This is not looking good. Unless the 𝗧𝗺 outspeeds, but sadly not gonna happen with +2 speed on the other side.
With Acronox asleep, if 𝗂𝗀𝗽 can manage to attack 𝗧𝗺 without overexerting, this could be really solid. Just kill the 𝗧𝗺 outright. Ignore now this amphitheater spot that swapped in. It would get itself a bit of a buff, but yes, it is the uppercut with no OX. Dragging it down to 68, and a major slash from Tataru. Not even gonna risk the extra energy slam. 68.5 down to 5.3. 𝗧𝗺 survives long enough to kill this poor rat, or guinea pig. That's what it is.
It was... 𝗂𝗏𝗃 makes its way in, but well, it does not like an amphitheater in front of it. We'll be getting the relaxed. We'll be getting healed up as well. 𝗂𝗀𝗽 has to make decisions now. The question it comes down to is Tornado online, and if Tornado is online, then it can kill the 𝗧𝗺, but again,
So the scary part here is 𝗬𝗫𝗃𝗁𝗃. It clicked Nox Bomb before.
Uh-huh.
Does he run Tornado? I feel like you still have to run Tornado even without the special attack investment, but this might be a little scary.
I would have said maybe 𝗵𝗶 goes first with Plague, but then again, +3. Okay, it does go first anyways.
𝗵𝗶's just too speedy. Uppercut from 𝗂𝗀𝗧𝗵𝗶, finishing off the 𝗧𝗲𝗺. Rishi knew what was happening. He's so low on stamina now. 𝗵𝗶 is about to get another relaxed buff. It is -2 defense, so you could kill it, but you really have to focus down Spider-Man right now. You got to take a big OX on an 𝗬𝗍𝗺 and hope that it deals the 81%.
Well, I'm happy to tell you at least you get to see your Salt's team that you've been waiting for.
Potentially, if 𝗂𝗀𝗧𝗵𝗶's faster and hits hard enough. 𝗬𝗍𝗺 outspeeds. Oh yeah, that's a dead Spider-Man. There's no Soil Steve Acronux here today.
Feels bad, man.
With a big OX though, and 𝗵𝗶 just taking more and more relaxed buffs. It went from almost dead to almost healthy.
Well,
𝗂𝗀𝗧𝗵𝗶's gonna have to rest in Oshi again.
Problem is, if 𝗂𝗀𝗧𝗵𝗶 lives another turn and then another after that, he can also kill the 𝗵𝗶 just with one Oshi because of -2 defense. Like Rishi's
yeah,
trying
that rest from Reiner might have been the death of it. I think it needed to be a Plague that turn.
definitely needed to attack. I'm not sure if this is gonna be enough to kill the 𝗂𝗀𝗧𝗵𝗶 right away, but 𝗵𝗶 -2 defense is still...
Oh. Bright Beam burns potentially the Oshi, but no, he reads it. Rishi, too smart of a player for that. Clicks uppercut, doesn't overexert, saves his 𝗬𝗍𝗺, and 𝗵𝗶, you may have a lot of HP, but it might not save you.
Yeah, that is GG. Rishi will be taking that match away from Reiner.